Greetings fellow Minecrafters, my name is Zazzle, and this shall be the first video in a long series of videos that I will make to show people how to play the game of Minecraft. It's mostly for beginners, but some more of the slightly more advanced players may also want to watch it to learn a little bit more. Maybe they might learn a little trick or two. So this is the first video, and it's going to cover controls. So here we go, let's jump right into it. We got AWSD, your standard first-person shooter keys. That will be W to go forward, S to go backwards, A to strafe left, D to strafe right. Now you also use your mouse to look around, point in the direction you want to go, and W takes you that way. Move the mouse while you're walking, and voila, pretty simple stuff. Next we will do space to jump. And if you find yourself in water, you would hold space to swim upwards, and if you continue holding it when you get to the top, you will tread water as opposed to sinking back down to the bottom and drowning. Now, the next one is left shift to crouch. Now let's take a forward look at that one. When you shift, he crouches down like that. Or she, depending on your character. Anyways, so you can hold down shift, walk around while you're crouching, and the biggest reason to do this is so that you will not fall off of a ledge if you are doing something in the middle of the air. You can walk up to the ledge and nothing will happen. Now I let go of the shift key and he fell off the edge because they're still up against it. Now the biggest use of this is to, if you're building in the middle of the air, you can hold down the shift key, back up, and you can go like that and not have to worry about falling off the edge to your doom as you are building in the middle of the air. That's mainly what I use it for. Other than that, I don't hardly ever use the shift key unless I'm trying to look silly in front of somebody. Now, when you go to break blocks, you will probably start off with just your hand when you first start a game. So to break a block, just hold down the left mouse key and it will break the block. Now, if you try to rapidly click the left mouse button, it will not break the block. As you can see here, I am rapidly clicking and nothing is happening. You must hold it down. Now, if you notice when you break blocks, there's the smaller version of block that will appear. If you're really close to it, it'll automatically fly into your inventory. If you're not, it will sit there and float above the ground. Now, if you notice, I have 33 dirt blocks right there. Walk up, flies into my inventory, now I have 34. Okay, now, to open up your chest there, or excuse me, not your chest, your inventory, you would hit the E button. To get rid of it, hit the E button again. That's how you get in and out of your inventory. If you don't want to use your E button, your escape key will also get you out of your inventory. Later on in the series, we will cover how to make a chest, and then you can store some of these items that you have in your inventory in your chest so that it won't get so full. Now, next we're going to cover how to place a block. If you want to place a block, so we're going to use some of these dirt blocks that I picked up before, you will point where you want to put it, and it right-click, and it will place it. Now, it will place it wherever you point at it. Say I want to put one outside that block there. Boom, now it's attached to that block. I can build it out that way. So it is very easy to place your blocks in here, even if you want to float some blocks in the middle of the air. You can even place one, break one, and oh, look at that, we have dirt flying in the middle of nothing. Okay, so now we will cover okay, now if you notice, I put the item in my hotbar. The hotbar are these 9 buttons, or these 9 boxes that are across the bottom of my screen right there. To access the to get the items in your hotbar, you press E to inventory, and you take an item from your inventory and drop it in any one of these 9 boxes here, which represents the same 9 boxes there. And that's how you put things in your hotbar. Right click to use it. If you need to eat, you put food in your right bar and or your hotbar and hold down the right mouse button, and that will eat. Now, if you want to drop an item, you can press Q, and if you notice, the dirt in my hotbar is going down by 1 each time I throw a block. They will also group together. Now, if you want to drop the whole dang stack, like you're trying to give it to somebody, or you just want to get rid of them because you don't want any dirt in your inventory, I'm just going to drop it in the ocean here. Boom. Pick it up and move it to the outside of your, so click on it in your inventory, move it to the outside of your inventory box there, and then click again, and your character will toss it. So you can toss an item to somebody else so they can pick it up, or you can toss it in the lava to burn it, or drop it in the middle of the ocean and just drop it somewhere because you don't freaking want it no more. Okay, so now let's go over the F keys. F1 will toggle your heads-up display. You may ask, what is this used for? For one, you might just want to be, oh, look at all the pretty stuff without my heads-up display on the way. The biggest reason is the next button in our line of buttons I shall be teaching you is F2. F2 takes a screenshot. Now, if you take a screenshot like this, the screenshot has your hot bar and your health bar in your hand and your pickaxe and everything else in the way. Now, if you want to take a fancy little screenshot of something without everything in the way, first key we learned in the F1 series, press F1 to get rid of everything, press F2 to take the screenshot, and F1 to bring everything back. Boom, you can see that is now the name of your screenshot. Your screenshots will be found in the app data folder, which can be found in Windows by typing in the address bar of an Explorer window, %appdata%, and hitting enter, and there will be a folder named .minecraft. Double click on that. There will be a folder named screenshots. Double click on that, and that's where that file that it just named when you hit the screenshot key will be. Now, F3 is to bring up debugging info. Now, you might not be the programmer. You might feel, I don't need to debug the game. Why do I need this? Well, let's see here. A couple key things on the screen. The main thing would be the X, Y, and Z across the left side. That is the coordinates of where you currently are in this world. Now, the X and the Z are, say, X, I believe, is north to south, and Z is west to east. Those are your coordinates that way. Now, Y is how high up or how deep you are in the world. So, like, if it says 5, that's about as low as you can go into the ground. And depending on the server settings or your single player settings, you can probably go up to like 256 blocks up in the sky. This is useful for helping you find your way back to somewhere. It is also useful, say, if you're trying to dig down to level 5, which is where the best mining is, you can see how far away you are from that. Other than that, you just have how much memory you have located in the other right screen, how much is being used. If you think you're running out of RAM, used memory gets up to 100%, then you're probably right. So that's another useful little thing here. Now, F5 is the next useful F key. That is your view key. You can use that to take a screenshot of your character to see what your character is looking like at the moment. Sometimes you get a shot up with arrows, and he'll have arrows all over his body, and it looks hilarious. Also, you can do things like, okay, I just got a new Doctor Who skin. My character looks like David Tennant. I want to take a picture of this. We're going to take off all of his armor. We can go, hi, smile, David Tennant. Boom, got a picture of it. So that's what you can use the view key for. Some people think it's so that you can use the some people think it's so that you can play in third-person view, but I would highly not recommend that because it's really much harder to select your blocks and build properly with that. Anyway, now, another key is tab to see who's online if you're on a server. Now you can see on my survival server right here, there's me, Zazzle82, my buddy Zerx, and my slave player Consuela. She just sits by the farm, so stuff will grow. Anyways, I can get into later on that, how that works. Next is T to talk. Now you press T, say, hi y'all, boom. World owner Zazzle, hi y'all. There you can see which world I'm in, what my status on the server is, my nickname, and what I said, and everybody else on the server can see that as well. That's how you talk to each other. Unless you're in a TeamSpeak server like my server has too, then you can just say stuff to each other. And type if you really need to. That's also where you're going to type in commands if I tell you to type in a command later. Commands will also always start with /. Anyways, so now that basically covers all of the controls. So Minecraft is an incredibly open-ended game. You can now start building, you can start killing stuff, you can create art, and we'll get into all of that next. Our next video will cover survival and how to survive your first night. Make sure you don't starve, avoid mobs, so forth. So, until next time, I will see you all later. I hope you gained something from this video, and happy Minecrafting, y'all.